Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the channel. So today, my friends, we are going to be showing the mods, my friends. So on my old channel I made a video about this and I explained what best mods to use for what weapons and such. And just gonna tell you right now, there's gonna be a couple different categories for I guess certain weapons, depending on if they're good or not. And I'm not counting the Dragonov. I don't give a crap what anybody says, bro. I'm almost like 90% positive the only way you can get the Dragonov is from the Battle Pass, Season Pass, whatever. Same thing. And even then, it's at like the very far end, bro. Like, yeah, look. And it's garbage. It's literally almost impossible, bro, to like get the amount of stuff you need to get this gun good. So, first, I guess we're going to start off with the zip gun, with it being the most dog shit. If you're wanting to get, I guess, probably like crit chance and range, you would probably, or not range, this stuff, you'd probably want to run this build. Honestly, it ultimately depends on your playstyle. Me personally, though, my build is this, just because it gives crit chance. It ups the damage by a couple, I think, maybe one or two. And then moving on to the bow and arrow, these are the best mods to run for it. And I'm pretty sure, I'm almost like positive, bro, that this shite can actually take on a turret. This one in particular can, the bow and arrow. The spear, I guess, is for like newbie players, I suppose, if you guys want like, I guess a good weapon or something. This, obviously, here with the star thing on it is the best mod for the handle-wise, but for right now, with you all, you're going to be needing, something basic, normal. And moving on to the cleaver. So, this melee weapon in particular is one of my favorites, just because, look at that, bro. Look at how much the stats go up on this bad boy. And the attack speed on it, bro, is even better. Look at that, man. That is quick. So obviously, that's a really good build. Now, moving on to the shotgun. So, obviously, you can build anything one of these things, you guys, if you want to. But I would highly recommend that you just wait, excuse me, I'm sorry. Don't be putting on random mods and stuff that you don't know what they're going to do, that you'll just screw yourself over, I promise. You will. I promise. I guess for damage-wise, if you want, damage, this is probably your best bet as a build for the shotgun. And also with the spread shot, it's really nice too. I believe it does, yeah, so it does 84 damage, so that's enough to, I think, probably kill, like, toxic spitters. That's not in Bunker Alpha anyways, of course. But, if you're looking for, like, crit chance, it would probably be that, along with the red dot sight as well for this thing, which I still have yet to unlock, by the way, bro. And just an FYI, chat, your boy's going to be pumping out videos like this shit again. I got to pump out how to clear out locations, cheaply and all that stuff. And, yeah, we're going to do stuff like that. And I'll be recording daily videos again for this game because I do miss it. I miss Westland Survival as well. Stay tuned for that game as well, chat. They'll probably miss like this or more. But anyways, moving on to the AK-47. Now, this build, again, is entirely your choice. Honestly, all these builds are. But if you want stability, damage, and durability, this would probably be your best bet. Obviously, you're going to be a little bit slower. But, considering... Well, I guess... Yeah, let's see here. Sorry, I forgot. My bad. And obviously, if you want crit chance, I guess, or crit damage, or whatever this thing here gives, buddy, you can do that. So, you're big. You actually think that's good more? Holy shit, it doesn't think. Yeah, it does. Okay, so that gives you the most damage per second, but obviously, you lose a little bit of stability. I prefer to have this on because while I do, I think lose, what is that? 7 points, is it? 6? Yeah, 7 points of, damage per second. Your boy is still going to get, hella shots. And me personally, I kind of rather prefer the AK over most of these guns in here, just because it almost can compete with the FN Scar with the build that I am going to show you for it. And moving on to the Saw Blade Mace. Honestly, guys, there's no ifs and buts about this. This is the best build that you can get for the Saw Blade Mace. And if you really want to screw yourself over and put on one of these garbage-ass things, go right ahead and be my guest. But look at how much the speed goes down when you put, just those two mods on it, bro. That's pretty bad. It's pretty dog shit, chat. Now, again, moving on to the next weapon that we have. It's a melee weapon. It is the metal pipe. Now, I don't really like using the big bone just because it reduces the hell out of the durability on it. I've actually been kind of messing with this, well, before I quit. But I just went back to this just because it's, I think, probably the best build damage-wise for it. And obviously, moving on to the VSS Ventores. With this weapon, it really, again, depends on what you want. But for me, this shit here is like my best build. Now, I did have a build that did more damage, but I'm pretty sure that Kafir nerfed it. Because this shit used to do, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. The build that I had for the VSS Ventores used to do 80 damage, bro. And they went out of their way to nerf it. Yeah, look at that. This shit used to do 80 damn damage. And obviously, I can see why they nerfed it. But still not necessary, bro. Because this weapon is kind of rare. And again, obviously, you know, when you guys get these mods, don't, like, you know, just be dumping everything into it. I mean, I guess if it's, like, the double magazine, obviously you do want to put this thing together at least. This one's for damage, I believe. This one is. Now, moving on to the next weapon. I really didn't want to include this one in this video because this gun is just so unbelievably dog shit. And no, there's no excuses. This gun is literally just that fucking bad. Genuinely. The best build I guess you could run for would obviously be these mods in particular. But even then, I still wouldn't recommend running it because this gun is just that fucking terrible. Truly, it is. Again, pardon my French, but, you know, it's just, this gun pisses me off. This is the best build right now that I have for it. I mean, I may lose damage per second and the crit chance, but it don't really matter when the gun's durability is already pretty garbage. Like, dude, it takes a whole Winchester to kill one Frenzy Giant almost. It's a really, really shitty gun. And I am trying to get the final thing that I need for it, which is the repeating thing here. But I've yet to be successful enough to get it. Hopefully I will in the next video, though. Now, moving on to the baseball bat. Just because, and I've said this before, just because it has a star mod on it, or it's purple, doesn't mean it's the best mod to run for that weapon. Whether it be a melee weapon or a, you know, this thing. Weapon, or ranged weapon, sorry, my bad. My ear apologies. This kind of slows down the swinging a little bit on it. But I just prefer to use it because it gives durability. And, you know, I don't know, chat. Again, it honestly depends on you and what you want. If you want, I guess, the most damage but the slowest swing, then I guess you could run one of the other ones. I've yet to run into this mod yet either, by the way. So, to that bitch. Now, as for this one, again, this is a prime example of just because it's a blue or purple mod doesn't mean it's the best, you know, mods for it. Because look at how garbage slow this is, dude. That is so dog shit, it's not even funny. And I said it before I deleted the channel to restart, I guess. You know, these mods, man, are just too damn slow. On some of these melee weapons, they're just so garbage. Truly, like, I don't even know if the baseball bat, yeah, it's still slow as hell, but it's not as slow as the makeshift baseball bat. This is still the worst melee weapon in the game to me, just because of the mods on it. And this is the worst range weapon, in my opinion. Hell, even the spear, dude, is better than this piece of trash. Genuinely, and that's pretty bad. Like, that's borderline sad. I'm not hating the spear, though. But anyways, moving on to the FN Scar. This gun is really broken, and honestly, I personally sacrifice a little tiny bit of stability and weight to put on the drum mag. So then that way, I can run this. This messes up the speed, obviously, so again, this honestly depends on you, chat. I might try to run this shit again, just to see if it changes anything. But the triple muzzle brake gives a shitload of, like, durability. This is garbage. I wouldn't recommend running it. It's not worth it. But the tactical foregrip for this thing, bro, with the fucking, I'm assuming this. Okay, I was doing it for a second. Okay. So, yeah, this build is, like, borderline peak, bro. Like, here, let me show y'all. And I would run a silencer, but it also reduces the range as well. And I should probably put that on there eventually. I want to, but I'm still thinking about it. Scenario, bullet cracker. Alright, so here we go, chat. Let me see here. Where's that sight at? Did I not finish it? There we go. Yeah, okay, so this reduces the damage, and I don't like doing that because if it reduces the damage, then it's going to make the gun do, obviously, less work. You're going to put in less work. So, I've said it before, dude, and I'll say it again as many times as needed. This is literally the most broken weapon in this game if you build it out properly. Truly. Like, to me, it is broken. This gun absolutely annihilates zombies. Like, dead ass, bro. This shit absolutely annihilates. And I'm sure that, like, if you put this thing on and you keep the speed on it, it probably does maybe more damage, I'm assuming. Let's see here. So 8.7. Well, look at that. And then this thing, and then what does it do? 7.9. So that's not bad. I would say it's a worthy sacrifice, considering you get more damage per second. And obviously, the crit chance is more as well. So, yeah. But anyways, chat, moving on. I'm going to save the best for last. We're going to put this thing on. Obviously, this is the best build. And you can also get these mods for free, by the way, from the farm. Sometimes you can get it inside the farmhouse. Other times you can get it inside the, what is it called? The blue chest at farm as well. So this is pretty easy to obtain. Well, maybe. It just depends on your luck. But for the most part, considering it's free that you can get this shit, it's pretty nice. It's pretty damn nice, chat, I'll be honest. And probably next after this video, by the way, chat, I'll make a video about the PD and what to do and what not to do. So, but anyways, here we are, chat. So we're going to move on to this. The machete. The machete, all right? This is also, and I'm going to put this out there, this blade right here is also a very good substitute if you don't have the gut hook blade. Because the Ripper blade is honestly one of my favorite, like, things. Because when I was running my alt account, before I got this, my main account back, because this one I had, like, a long-ass time ago. And I ended up losing it when I deleted the game and got it back from the devs. Bless up, Kafir. Common W with support. I had a stroke there, my bad. My apologies. Anyway, but this is a really good substitute in case you don't have the gut hook blade. And I will actually throw hands about this, bro. If anybody tells you to run this piece of shit blade on the, or not blade, handle on this machete, tell them to piss off, bro. Just straight up. This blade, and honestly, dude, I wouldn't complain about it normally. Like, with the durability loss on weapons, I mean. Like, because with the metal pipe, it's not that bad. It's really not. But with the machete, this thing breaks so damn fast. If you put on this stupid-ass bone handle, it's actually annoying. Like, borderline annoying, bro. And obviously, the best handle for this, in my opinion, is the green handle. Because it gives you more damage per second by 2 points. I know, not a lot. And it also gives durability. So, while this one just gives durability, this one also gives damage and durability. So, you know what I mean? So, not bad. And moving on to the Glock 17. Now, this one I believe you can get for free by just purely grinding hard mode bunker alpha. So, that one's pretty much easy as fuck to obtain. My apologies. I did for the longest time think that this one was the best, but it's not. This one, the leg shot ability sight for this gun is the best to run for crit chance and range and all that stuff. And you also put on the suppressor, then you put on the elite shutter, obviously, and then the green laser. And this thing is an absolute powerhouse. I love this pistol so much. It is so badass. So badass. And obviously, if you don't have either one of these two sights, this one is the best to run. Honestly, bro, shutter-wise, I don't think there's any other one better. Just because, look at this. Don't be running things on any of these weapons that reduce the durability, because obviously the less durability you have is like less shots you have. And even if these things may give you like maybe, let's say 4, 5, 6, 10 more shots, that's still, you know, 5 or 6 or 10 shots that you didn't have before, you know what I mean? So obviously running anything else that's just going to destroy the durability on it isn't worth your time. Especially with the machete. I'm sorry, but this weapon mod is dog shit. Just pure dog shit. But anyways, moving on to the M16. I believe I made 2 videos on this because I had to recorrect my builds and stuff that I made because I had them all jammed up and I was like, oh yeah, that's the best, blah, 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 blah. And this used to be my original build. Now granted, this was decent for, I guess, like durability and stuff wise, but look at the stability on it. The stability isn't really the greatest, you know? And honestly, I kind of just said screw durability on this weapon because it reduces, again, stability. And you put on the grip, the red dot sight, which again, these two mods are pretty easy to obtain. They're common mods. The muzzle brake, which is probably the best mod to run for this thing, apart from maybe the suppressor. Maybe the suppressor. And yeah, then this thing. And bam, look at that, chat. 138, bro, which I think is, it's not quite up there with these guns, but it is getting there somewhat. So it's pretty good. The M16 build here is pretty good. And again, obviously, I still need to get the suppressor to show that off. But yeah, that's pretty good. Now, moving on to one of my favorite weapons. Now, I used to be a really big-ass hater on this weapon, bro. Like, I used to genuinely hate this thing with a passion because of how much it missed. Again, with base mods. Yes, I know, I was a moron. You don't need to tell me. Anyways, chat. But overall, bro, this weapon, you put on the drum mag, you put this sight on, obviously, and I'll show that in a second, actually. Here, let me finish modding this thing. You put these ones on for right now. The tactical stock gives a shitload of durability and stability, and I believe, yeah, a little bit of crit chance, some crit damage, and speed. It's very good. We'll show off them stats in a second, too. You put on this barrel. This barrel, I don't give a shit what anybody says, bro. This thing here, it's decent, I guess, but I would much rather prefer the long barrel on this thing. And I do think, let me check, because I know it was between two of these barrels that I was like fighting over about this shit. Yeah, and obviously this silencer is butt cheeked because it does nothing and it reduces crit chance. So I guess if you're gonna run a silencer on it, this would be your best bet. What was it called? Yeah, so this one, the tactical upgrade gives damage, 1 damage, 2 crit chance, 2 crit damage, and 1+ range. 2 crit chance for this, 2 stability, and obviously 2 durability. You get reduced. And obviously, I'm gonna probably end up changing this build later on, chat, because I don't want to run this like this grip because, again, of the durability loss. But I'm only running it for right now until I'm able to get the sight for the mini Uzi, which I really do want to get because, bro, look at this shit, bro. Look at the stability that it gives, dog. So, again, obviously, bros and sisters, the best build to run for the mini Uzi would be, me personally, the sight ×3. I think, is that what it's called? Sight ×3? Did I get it right, or am I just stupid? No, sight ×2. Close enough, bruh. Anyways, but that is the best build for the mini Uzi to run, and it probably, honestly, could compete with this thing, maybe. Obviously not probably damage-wise, but, like, damage per second is still pretty good for an SMG, you know, mini Uzi. I mean, again, I used to be a professional hater of this weapon, and now I'm just like, I'm in love with it, bro. It's badass. I mean, I think, yeah, that is a Stark skill, too, so it might also give something good. Active ability, control burst, increases chances of critical damage. Rapid fire deals damage to all enemies in attack radius, which again is pretty damn dope. Oh, and we're gonna also, I'm gonna show these things off as well. We're gonna go back and look at the mods. So yeah, with the dog shit Winchester, these mods with like the purple mods are just, they're mid, you know, and most of them do, I guess, give a little bit of durability on them, but obviously it's still not gonna matter because it's just so terrible. And the speed that you lose from the sight ×8 on this, you gain back from getting with this receiver in particular. And also, I guess, with this one too, but this one obviously is better out of the two because it gives damage, durability, and 2 speed. Tactical reload increases shooting speed, and weapon doesn't break when shooting. That's mediocre as shit. And I'll probably end up changing out the muzzle eventually. I mean, this gun, again, like I said, is already butt cheeks in itself, so I'll probably just end up changing the muzzle on it to this, since that's probably the best thing I could run right now for it. And remember, yeah, chat, honestly, bro, I think that's about it. Again, I'm not counting this stupid ass weapon in this video because it is just dog shit. This weapon is just the worst weapon in the game aside from the Winchester. And I would go as far as to say that the Winchester is better than the damn that thing. Truly. And that's sad. That is borderline sad. Because, and I say that because it truly is, dude. Like, think about it, chat. You have to buy the Dragon Oak. Like, out of all the guns in the game, you have to buy that one. So that, to me, automatically just shits on that gun bow. Truly, it just shits on it. But, yeah, I'll be making another video after this one, and then I'm going to obviously edit them and post them. I'm just going to pump them out, bro. I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to post these videos as soon as I get done editing them, so that way you guys who are returning to the game can come back and, you know, do your thing. And I don't really want to do this. I'm probably only going to do it until I can at least get past 50 subs. Maybe. If I get to 50 subs. But please like and subscribe. I know you don't have to, and I'm not going to sit here and beg you, but it would mean the world to me if you did. Just because, you know, I put a lot of time and effort into making these videos and stuff, playing the games, and, you know, I still enjoy myself, obviously, and editing them, which does take a little bit, especially when it's more than one video that I have to edit. But, yeah. I would appreciate it if you subscribed and liked. You don't even gotta like, honestly. You can do either one if you want to, but I would appreciate it if you did. So anyways, I love you guys. Have a great day. Don't work too much of a good job, and peace out, chat. What's up?